Hello, everyone. Yesterday, I posted a video on PGX and CGC. It was a rant part 2. And in a very short time, I have received a tremendous amount of comments and a decent amount of views for a video that has been up about 24 hours right now. And first of all, one thing, collectors are very passionate about what they collect. They're passionate about the things that they love, and that's what makes collecting and the industry, whether it be whatever you collect, comics, record albums, movies, baseball cards, football cards, little figurines, whatever. You love it, you're passionate, you want people to have the same beliefs and the same thought process as you, and that's fantastic. And you should be passionate about what you do. So, I received a comment from a viewer who immediately started bad-mouthing PGX and disagreeing with the things that I said, which is fine. Again, the things that I say are my opinion. You don't have to agree with them, you don't have to like them. Just, it's my opinion. Okay? So he sends me these links and he says, take a look at this because PGX is a scammer company and they scam people, and the guy who owns the company buys and resells and does all these little shady dealings. So he sends me a link first of a book that is ungraded, and it was purchased for $25 in April of 2012. And then the next link shows a similar book, whether or not it's the same book or not, but I am going to assume for the sake of this conversation that it is, that he had graded a 9.8, and it sold for $99. And it's like, you see the big scammer? Well, first of all, buying cheap and making a profit is what business is all about. That's the American way. That's what people who sell items do. That's why they go to garage sales and yard sales, and they buy on auctions because they're looking for the cheap item that they can buy for $10 and sell for $35 or $40 or whatever. It's business. It's free trade. Great thing about this country is you have free trade. You buy and you sell and you turn a profit. Now, if he bought it for $25 and was able to sell it for $99 and someone was happy to pay that price, so be it. What I've noticed is the people that do the bad-mouthing are the same kind of group that does the bad-mouthing. And their arguments are all the same. He goes to shows and he buys books and, he flips them and he gets them graded in his own little, PGX cases, and he buys CGC books. He'll buy a CGC 8 and make it a PGX 9.2, and everybody's saying, ooh, how shady is that? Well, it depends on how shady it is, because people on these message boards are sending me messages saying that a CGC graded book is better because a PGX book is usually 1 to 1.5 grade points different. So a PGX 7 is actually, in their minds, a CGC 5.5. So if he's buying a CGC 8.5 and giving it a 9.2, or if he's buying a CGC 8 and giving it a 9.2, he's giving it the grade that you yourself are saying it is. Okay? Look. Also, people are confusing some of the things that I say. And I'll repeat it again. I don't send books in to get graded. I do not send books in to get graded. This started because I was showing a cost differential from CGC cost factor to get books graded to a PGX cost factor to get books graded, and the fact that PGX, for the end of 2012 moving forward, their grades have been very strong. If you look at the first video, that's what I said. Every book I own that is graded is a CGC book. I don't have any PGX books in my collection. I have all CGC books. What I said was people who buy CGC books thinking that they're going to make the tremendous big profit on it are cheating themselves because they're not looking at the big picture, so I broke down the cost factor. I wasn't waving a flag and saying PGX is so fantastic. I was saying PGX is a cheaper cost factor than CGC, and that in the years past where PGX had a bad name for themselves, they have done a better job recently of grading books. And this comes from big collectors and stores who have seen an improvement in the PGX style of grading and a decline in the CGC style of grading. Everybody has agreed with me that the CGC graded books lately, the last year and a half, have been very fishy. Not as strong as they have in years past. If you look at PGX graded books, basically, I think I said last year, from like September or October of 2012 moving forward, their books are very strong as it relates to getting grades. So, look, I appreciate everybody's feedback, but when you're going to give feedback, make sure you have all your facts right. Don't assume because somebody says something or I say something that I'm on the plane or I'm standing up for that company, because I'm not. That doesn't matter to me one way or another. It was just something that someone asked me to do, and I did, and I researched it, and I talked to a lot of dealers, and they were all under the same opinion. Older CGC books were graded very tough, and they had solid grades, and if you had bought a CGC graded book 2-3 years ago, and you got it as a 9, it's a solid 9. You can't say that today. Just like 3 years ago, if you bought a PGX book and it was graded a 9, it was probably closer to a 7.5 or an 8. You can't say that now because a PGX book that's graded a 9 is solid 9. So, again, this was me ranting it out. I appreciate my viewers, the people who like my videos. I appreciate the open comments and the open forums. I appreciate the passion that we have for our collections and for our hobby and for our industry, because when people are passionate about it, it means they love it enough to want it to keep moving forward. So, with that said, I hope you liked the video. Again, my opinion, I thank everybody for the support, the positive comments. I look forward to more videos with you in the future. And I hope you liked it, but if you didn't, as always, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great night.